Hello and welcome to Bruce Springsteen Guitar Lessons. Today's lesson is going to be a live version of Streets of Philadelphia from a MTV Video Music Awards performance. Thanks very much to subscribe star Carmen Di Bartolomeo for the request. Hello and welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that walkthrough. So now what we're going to do is go through all the individual parts. Okay, so this version is based on a version on YouTube of a performance at the MTV Video Music Awards. So this is in the key of G. So the album version is in the key of F. But I think this is a bit more appropriate because there's naturally no guitar on the record. Okay, so I've done my own kind of thing. If you want to do this in an open mic night or a band situation, so I've come up with a simple strumming pattern you can use all the way through. And obviously it's basically synths, you know, strings, really rich sounding strings. It's a brilliant song. And this live version is amazing as well. Yeah, so there's actually no guitar. So this is kind of my own take on it. Suggested a simple strumming pattern, and you can also change it and do your own thing as well. Again, it'll just be really good if you want to do it on your own. You've got no synth player, keyboard player. You just wanted to play and sing with a basic strumming pattern. Okay, so the tempo is approximately 93 BPM, and again, we're doing this version is in the key of G. Let's take a look at the chords first. So again, this is what the synths are kind of doing as well. So it's a G major. Bruce often plays his Gs by blocking the A string, but you could easily do your normal G, first, second and third finger, and that'll work really well, or even with the second, third and fourth finger as well. Okay, and then we've got a B minor chord, Okay, so this is the only bar chord, but I'll give you an alternative as well if you're not great with bar chords. Okay, so you're going to bar the 2nd fret on the A string, so it's 2, 4, 4, 3, 2 in terms of frets. It's basically an A minor shape. So barring the 2nd fret, and then middle finger 3rd fret B, 3rd finger 4th fret D, little finger 4th fret G. So B minor. You could also use a kind of a B minor 7, or this is kind of a substitute chord that I give to some of my guitar pupils. It could be really useful just starting out to play a kind of B minor chord without having to bar. Okay, so 2nd fret A, 1st finger open D, middle finger 2nd fret G, 3rd finger 3rd fret B. So if you're not comfortable with bar chords, have a go with that B minor 7 or B minor 11, I think it is. Cool. I've suggested doing a C sus2 chord. I just think it sounds really nice. Okay, so C sus2, middle finger 3rd fret A string, block the D string, open G, 3rd fret B, and then little finger 3rd fret E. So that's a C sus2. You can also use a normal C major if you want to as well. So 3rd finger 3rd fret A, middle finger 2nd fret D, open G, 1st finger 1st fret B. So normal C will work fine. I just think it sounds really cool and rich. Complements the strings and things like that. Okay, so that's C sus2 or C, and then you've got a G over B. Again, you don't have to use this, you could just use a normal G. I just like using this in the chorus section from going to the C sus2, because it means you're going to leave your 3rd and 4th fingers there, and then just put your 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the A string. It just sounds amazing. Again, just as a nice little run. Again, that's a G over B, which basically means there's a G. The notes contained are in a G major chord, which is using B as a root note. Okay, so that's G over B. Again, normal G. Okay, and we've got an E minor chord. This just happens in the middle 8 section. So middle finger 2nd fret A, 3rd finger 2nd fret D, all 6 strings. Again, in a D chord. Again, you can even maybe chuck in a D sus4 chord by adding your little finger as well if you wanted to mix it up. So open D, 1st finger 2nd fret G, 3rd finger 3rd fret B, middle finger 2nd fret E. Okay, so that's all the chords. Again, not many chords. Really brilliant songwriting because it's quite simple but really effective with that kind of, you know, the vocal melodies and the chorus. And I came up in the backing track that I made for this, so it's quite difficult to do that, but I got some sort of choir sounds. It's not as good as obviously Bruce's backing band, but just to give the idea of the melody that they're doing in the chorus. It's a great fun making that backing track because the strings just sound so good. Okay, so what I've suggested, the strumming pattern that I played in the walkthrough, again, just use the same thing throughout the whole of the song. Again, you can do your own thing. The idea is obviously you can do what you want really, because there's no guitar on the actual track. But this is nice and simple. You don't want to be, and quite soft as well. You don't want to be blaring it out. It's quite a soft, sort of melancholic kind of song. So strumming pattern wise, what I've suggested, you get your G major, whichever one you're choosing. You've got a dotted crotchet or quarter note, which lasts for 1.5 beats. Okay, so that's 1, 2, and then on the and of 2, I'm going to do an upstroke, which is a quaver or 8th note. So 1, 2, and. So that's the first 2 beats of the bar. 1, 2, and 3 is tied. Okay, so it's a quaver or 8th note that's tied for half a beat. And you've got 3 more quavers or 8th notes going up, down, up for the rest of the bar. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. Again, it's a slow song as well, so it's a bit good. If you're one of those kind of guitarists that speeds up a lot, this would be a good song to play along with, because it's just a nice slow tempo, and it's quite easy to get carried away sometimes. Okay, so that's the strumming pattern: down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, cool. Again, feel free to play around with those different chord voicings. You know, you don't have to use that G. G over B. Okay, C, you could do the C sus2, or a C chord, even the C add 9, something like that. So feel free to have fun with that. Okay, so the song structure, which I'm going to put up on the screen now, is really nice and simple. The album version goes on for a little bit longer. And basically, you've got that classic drum beat, which is the same all the way through, which is quite good because it's a little bit easier for me to program this on Logic. So it's the same 1-bar pattern pretty much all the way through, but again, it's a really nice steady drum beat. Sounds awesome. So you've got 4 bars of the that drum beat. Okay, don't forget these song structures will always be in the description as well. Okay, and then you've got basically this 4-bar phrase, which is 2 bars of G, 2 bars of B minor. You're going to do that twice. Okay, so it's down, 2 and 3 and 4, 2 and 3 and 4 and down, up, down, up, all that chord, up, down, up. I think the bar chord sounds a little bit nicer for this particular song. So I'm going to do that again. So 2 rounds of this 4-bar phrase. Again, be nice and soft. You don't want to be too crazy on the strumming side of things. Cool, so then we're on the verse. Okay, so the verse sections, the first verse, second verse, third verse, all exactly the same. Okay, so there's 16 bars. And that 4 bars, those 8 bars that we just did in the verse, so 2 bars of G, 2 bars of B minor. You're going to do that to start off all the verses. And then what you're going to do is 1 bar of the C sus2, 2, 3 and 4, then G over B, and then 2 bars of D. And you're going to do those 4 bars twice. That's when we got the la la la's with the backing vocals. Up, down, up, down. So what I'll do is I'll just play a whole of the verse section. So 16 bars, 2 rounds of G, G, B minor, and then 2 rounds of C sus2, G over B, D and D. Okay, so that's a nice common 16-bar progression. So 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2. Again, you can feel free to do some kind of picking if you wanted to do that as well, and do all that again. Two, up, down, up. This works kind of complements the strings and things like that. C sus2, G over B, and 2 bars over D. Cool, yeah, so you've got the intro, first verse, second verse, 2 verses exactly the same. Then you've got a middle-8 section. This is no one's going to greet me or something like that. Okay, so this is awesome, this middle 8 section. Got a nice string kind of melody going on. So for the middle 8 section, you're going to do C sus2 for 1 bar, E minor, back to C sus2, and G. Then B minor, C sus2, that's the that line, 1,000 miles. Okay, 2 bars of D. Then you've got a 1 bar rest, okay? So 1 bar you do nothing, and then you come into the third verse, which is the same as the second and the first verse. Cool, and then basically the outro, again, goes on a bit longer on an album recording, but the outro, you're just going to do the, carry on the same thing. C sus2, G over B. I'm going to do 2 rounds of that, the 4-bar phrase you had in the verses. Then you're going to do the first 2 bars of that again. So this the C sus2, G over B. And then just stop on the D. Cool, so obviously it fades out on record. Cool, so again, it's just it's a brilliant song, and one of those songs that's, obviously it's all synth based, there's no guitar on the record, but you know, it's an easy one. You can actually do this, you know, in an open mic night or in a band situation. You know, if you're playing it in a band situation, a Springsteen cover band, you want to do something in the song, just nice, you know, just to add another layer to a bit of guitar would sound great. Yeah, keep it simple with the strumming and so on. So hope you've enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe and hit that bell icon for notification. Also, please give it a cheeky like and a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Any questions or comments, please feel free to let me know in the comments section below. So all the tab that you see on the screen, and also the backing track, I make most of the backing tracks, not all of the videos I've done. I've made homemade backing tracks, but there's a lot I've got. These are all available on Subscribestar, so it's subscribestar.com/Bruce Springsteen guitars. You can get hold of guitar PDFs, so all the tabs that you see, I've made those in Guitar Pro, so you can get guitar profiles, guitar PDFs of all the tabs, backing tracks and requests if you go on the Bruce Legend tiers. So any questions about any of that stuff, let me know. And yes, thanks very much again to Carmen as well for requesting this song. Thanks everyone for watching. Hope you're all safe and well, and I'll see you next week. Cheers. Bye.